Let's talk about inflation, the invisible force that quietly shapes our everyday lives, even when we're not paying attention. It's the reason your weekly shop can suddenly feel like a luxury splurge, even if you're buying the same things as last month. Inflation means prices rise and your money buys less. The same basket of groceries that once fit your budget now seems to cost more every time you visit. That's why a 10-pound note that once got you 2 pizzas now barely covers 1.5. It's not just pizza. Everything from bread to fruit to cleaning supplies is affected. It's like your cash is losing its superpowers, quietly eroding your savings and wages. The money you worked hard to earn just doesn't stretch as far as it used to. Food inflation matters because, unlike streaming services or gym memberships, you can't just cut food from your budget. Everyone needs to eat no matter what. When essentials like milk and bread get pricier, it hits everyone, especially those already struggling. For families on tight budgets, every price increase is a real blow. Every supermarket trip becomes a stressful exercise in financial planning. Shoppers find themselves double-checking prices, making tough decisions, and sometimes putting things back on the shelf. Food inflation isn't just an economic headline, it's a direct threat to your daily life. It's something you feel in your wallet and see on your receipts every week. It can mean tough choices between healthy meals and other essentials, like paying the electricity bill or buying school supplies for your kids. And right now, in early 2026, inflation is running wild in UK supermarkets, an unwelcome guest at every dinner table, forcing families to rethink what's possible for their meals and their budgets. Let's break down the numbers behind your rising grocery bill and see what's really driving the changes you're feeling at the checkout. Every trip to the supermarket tells a story about the economy, and right now, it's a tale of contrasts. Shop price inflation in the UK ticked up to 0.7% in December 2025, a small number at first glance, but the real story is in the details. That headline figure hides some big differences between what you buy. Food inflation jumped to 3.3%, up from 3.0% the month before, making your weekly shop noticeably more expensive. Essentials like bread, milk, and fresh produce are all costing more, and for many families, that means tough choices at the till. Meanwhile, non-food items, clothes, electronics, and even home goods actually got cheaper, dropping by 0.6%. Retailers are slashing prices to attract shoppers, especially as demand for these goods softens. So, while you might snag a bargain on a new TV or a pair of trainers, you'll pay more for your tomatoes, cheese, or a loaf of bread. The savings on gadgets can't always offset the rising cost of your daily essentials. This split shows how food prices are being pushed up by unique pressures, like supply chain issues, weather, and global demand, while non-food goods benefit from falling costs and increased competition. The overall inflation rate looks stable, but food inflation is masking the pain many households feel. For families on tight budgets, these increases hit hardest. It's a tale of two baskets, one getting heavier on your wallet, the other a little lighter. The gap between food and non-food prices is growing, and it's changing how people shop. This divergence highlights the complexity of today's economic landscape. Shoppers are forced to make new decisions, prioritizing essentials over luxuries. The falling prices of non-food goods hide the real struggle happening in the food aisles, where every penny counts and choices are getting tougher. And that's where most families feel the squeeze, at home, balancing the budget, and wondering how far their next shop will stretch. Why does a block of cheese now cost as much as a small gadget? It's a question on everyone's mind as they wander the aisles, watching prices creep up week after week. It's not that farmers are suddenly living large or that stores are getting greedy. It's the mounting costs retailers face at every turn. Labor is a huge factor, and it's only getting bigger. With the minimum wage set to rise to $12.71 in April 2026, retailers' wage bills are climbing fast, putting pressure on every part of the business. Paying staff fairly is essential, but for businesses, it means higher overheads. And it's not just wages. There are new regulations to follow, stricter environmental standards to meet, and food safety rules that keep evolving. Each new requirement adds a little more to the final price you see on the shelf. these costs stack up quickly, and while retailers try to absorb as much as they can, there's only so much they can handle before those increases get passed on to you. So, when your favorite biscuits or everyday essentials get pricier, it's not just one thing to blame. It's a chain reaction of rising wages, new regulations, supply chain hiccups, and even the lingering effects of past policies. Retailers are squeezed from all sides, and eventually, those costs spill over onto the shelves, affecting every item you buy. The result? Your grocery bill keeps climbing, sometimes shockingly so, and you're left footing the bill for all these changes. It's a perfect storm of economic pressures, and the consumer is always the last link in the chain, feeling the full impact at the checkout. That's why your receipt looks more like a phone number every week, and why the end of rising prices still feels so far away. Why are gadgets getting cheaper while food keeps getting pricier? It's all about different supply chains. Non-food items, like electronics, are often made in Asia, where production costs are lower and shipping has stabilized. Retailers pass these savings on to you, making TVs and trainers more affordable. Food, on the other hand, is labor-intensive and vulnerable to local factors like weather and energy costs. UK labor costs are rising, and a bad harvest or high energy bills can send food prices soaring. Each step in the food supply chain adds cost, from farm to fork. That's why non-food prices can fall while food prices keep climbing. Global deflation helps manufactured goods, but local inflation hits food hard. The result? You can buy a cheaper TV, but your salad costs more than ever. Two worlds, one supermarket, very different price stories. Your grocery bill isn't just your problem. The Bank of England is watching closely. Food prices shape how people feel about inflation, and those feelings drive economic behavior. If people expect prices to keep rising, they demand higher wages, which can push inflation even higher. A dangerous spiral. Food is the most visible sign of inflation for most people. You notice a 50p jump in cereal, not the price of steel. When food prices rise, public anxiety grows, regardless of official stats. That's why the bank is cautious about cutting interest rates. They don't want to let inflation expectations get out of control. They're waiting for food prices to settle before making big moves. Your grocery receipt has become a key economic indicator. What you pay at the till could shape the country's financial future. So, what's next for food prices in 2026? The outlook is uncertain. Experts warn that cost pressures, wages, regulations aren't going away anytime soon. There's hope falling energy prices and better crop yields could help, but it's a big if. One bad harvest or global shock could wipe out those gains. Economists say inflation will be sticky. Prices won't drop back, but may rise more slowly. The minimum wage hike in April will help workers, but retailers will likely pass on some of that cost. For shoppers, the squeeze on budgets will continue. Don't expect your grocery bill to fall. At best, the increases might slow. Higher food costs are the new normal, and adapting to this reality is the challenge ahead. Navigating this changed landscape will be the main task for UK families in 2026. Retailers are walking a tightrope in 2026. Their costs, wages, regulations keep rising, making it harder to stay profitable. Meanwhile, shoppers are more price-sensitive than ever, hunting for bargains and switching stores. If retailers raise prices too much, they lose customers. If they don't, their profits vanish. It's a delicate balancing act, deciding which costs to absorb and which to pass on. That's why some items shoot up in price while others stay steady. Retailers' ability to shield shoppers from rising costs is running out. We may see more self-checkouts, fewer staff, and more own-brand products as stores fight to survive. For supermarkets, 2026 is all about survival, managing costs while keeping customers loyal. For shoppers, grocery shopping in 2026 is a tactical mission. Gone are the days of tossing anything into your trolley. Now it's all about planning and discipline. Strict lists, meal planning, and price comparisons are essential to avoid blowing your budget. Discount retailers and own brand products are more popular than ever. Loyalty to one supermarket is fading as people chase the best deals. Shoppers are learning to cook from scratch, buy in bulk, and use every discount tool available. It's about stretching every pound and making smart choices. Adapting to this new reality is key to surviving the squeeze. Careful shopping is now a crucial life skill. Looking ahead, high food prices are here to stay. This isn't a temporary blip. Labor costs, regulations, and supply chain volatility have reset the baseline for grocery bills. Shoppers need resilience. Adapt, switch brands, and keep pressure on retailers for value. Staying informed about inflation and interest rates will help you navigate the changes. Retailers must innovate and find efficiencies. They can't just keep raising prices. The battle for your loyalty will be fought on value, quality, and experience. The story of 2026 is shared pressure. Global forces, national policies, and household budgets all collide. There are no quick fixes, but smart choices and a sharp eye for bargains will help. Prepare for the long haul. A well-planned shopping list is your best weapon. Good luck out there. You'll need it.